Hello, and welcome to So You Think You Can Fans / Week. Love is in the air. But that might not be the only thing that's in the air. What else is in the air? Probably used condoms and coom. I'm your
Lots
host,
of coom.
Sergio. Breaking down the only the finest of yaoi fanfictions for our audience during / week, as this is now day 5. And with me today is just Matt, just the two of us.
Yep. We're just gonna squeeze a couple out here real quick. Having a little beating the meat session, if you know what I mean.
Oh yes, for we have 2 fanfictions for you today. Both of them Sonic related, because we haven't touched on the cornerstone of / fanfiction until we talk about Sonic.
Mm-hmm. Can you hear my parents in the background, by the way?
I cannot.
Okay, I'm sure it's fine then. Super Bowl's happening right now, which is when we're recording it, but which one should we start with here, Sergio? I'm thinking
I think we should I think we should begin with Sonic's Wild Ride.
I'm thinking Sonic's Wild Ride is a good one. Now, what is the picture for this? What the fuck?
It looks like it's a smiling black man, and he's smiling at the solar system.
I don't know what this means, but it's a little intimidating. But you know what's more intimidating is the lack of any fucking paragraph breaks. This goes on for, I'll just go ahead and guess, probably 70 lines of text. There's not a single paragraph break here. This is what happens when you let God leave you. Alright. I don't know who's in this. It says it's Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Eggman Nega. That's not a different N-word. That's as in the negative charge of something.
The nigga Eggman.
I don't think you can say that, Sergio.
I
might have to bleep that out.
I said nega.
Okay.
Now,
I might have to bleep out my nega, to be honest.
All right, my nega. Today is coming at you from Fire Emblem fanfics. This man has never written a Fire Emblem fanfiction. He has never written a Fire Emblem fanfiction in his life. It says that Sonic has a good time and so does Knuckles. And with that, let's get into the story.
Alright,
After
I'll
beating
narrate us.
Dr. Eggman...
Oh, you'll narrate us. Go ahead.
Yeah. After beating Dr. Eggman in a heroic fight, Knuckles and Tails idles Sonic for his contribution to the cause of stopping Eggman. Despite this, Sonic was clearly hurt. And the closest hospital was the Smash Hospital in another dimension. As they were traveling in the Tornado 2, Sonic asked Tails a rather repulsive question. Tails! Sonic asked, inquisitively, do you actually have 3 tails? Oh, whoa.
Let's see. Hold on. I lost my place, which is very easy to do.
right after oh, whoa.
Oh, whoa. Wow, Sonic, that brawl with Eggman really messed with you. You can't even tell I only have 2 tails.
Tails, I think you misunderstood my question.
Are you not gonna say that winky face there?
Oh, that winky face.
Suck my cock, Sonic! All 3 of them! I'm not gay, you fucking... Holy shit. That got intense really fast. Holy crap.
Are you gonna finish that?
No, that's the end of the statement. You're gonna narrate after that.
Okay. Tails said, gaily, recoiling from this atrocity of a burn, Sonic lost consciousness. His condition was fading rapidly, like my mental health. Like Tails when he steps on a boost pad. Sonic came to laying inside a blank white canvas. That's why it's white. Correcting himself, Sonic realizes that he is laid in this canvas with a tint of red exploding from the corner. Sonic observes his surroundings, taking in everything, realizing that Knuckles is the mysterious red thing in his vision. They hug as Sonic is safe and sound. "Thank you, Knuckles, for saving me," as Sonic says.
Dr. Mario says that your health is decaying much faster than expected. It must be the work of an enemy. Stand.
Hey, was that a motherfucking JoJo reference? Sonic gasped wildly. Does Mario? Dr. Mario knows where the
is?
Stando is.
Is that Sonic or is that Knuckles? I think it must be Sonic.
Yeah, it's Sonic, because of the next line. He recoiled in fear.
Unfortunately, yes. It is firmly lodged up your colon, and the only way to remove it...
As Knuckles cut himself off, heading more inflammatory, intense situation. Knuckles! Sonic shyly peeps out. What are they going to do to me?
Well, Sonic, have you ever heard of forced anal penetration? Because you're certainly gonna know about it by the end of today, my friend. Knuckles replies.
Knuckles replies to the slight chuckle at the end, making him seem like Jeffrey Dahmer, but only as a red and spiky porcupine.
Sergio, did we write this in a different timeline? Because
we did.
This feels a lot like something we would write.
Wait, no! Sonic screamed as Knuckles had already had his enchilada meat and 2 papas out, where he smashed Sonic rectum like a fully charged home run hitting sandbag. Knuckles firmly grasped Sonic's flimsy arms. Don't call me nipples the enchilada for... Oh, wait, no, you need to say this. Wait, hold on, sorry, no, I'm getting lost. Flimsy arms that threw him upwards with incredible force while suddenly throwing him back on his operation bed. Knuckles flexed hidden muscles, yet didn't chuckle. Knuckles exclaimed,
"They don't call me Nipples the Enchilada for nothing, you hot blue piece of ass."
Enchilada Man's pee-pee was shoved into Sonic's tight blue anal cavity, causing Sonic to screech at the top of his porcupine lungs. Fortunately, his screams were not heard as skinny. Sorry. My mind is going to different lines. Scream was not heard as
Knuckles was enjoying himself
far too much. Knuckles, however, only wanted to help Sonic because they were good friends, and you've always got to help a nega out.
Oh, yeah, you skinny little hedgehog, can you feel my mighty mace penetrating your soul and dignity? Knuckles asked with an ear-to-ear
Knuckles
grin.
asked with an ear-to-ear grin, not sinister though, just a happy enchilada man. Sonic could feel his insides writhing in pain, yet he strangely didn't want to stop, almost like he could feel the raw passion and emotion coming from each thrust. Eventually, Sonic embraced Knuckles' rock-hard penis nipple, diving into his depths. He became slightly aroused by the sheer passion coming from the enchilada's face as tears rolled down his cheeks. Knuckles had tears of joy overcome his emotions as he thrusted deeper.
Sergio, I think that's you.
Oh. Oh. Dad is all that can be heard down the hospital ward. Sonic's little legs are quivering and his tears pool on the floor, making Knuckles even harder and wanting to go deeper and deeper. Sonic's breaths became shorter and shorter, only letting him squeak out, "Knuckles, I'm almost at my limb." Sonic came from the brute force of Knuckles' power. Knuckles only let these words escape his mouth.
"Sonic, I'm hard as nails, it ain't hard to tell." Wiki face.
Knuckles keeps going. Sonic's juices covering his stomach, making him go even harder. Managing to fit his papas and Sonic too.
I'm just imagining
Sonic
that Knuckles is vibrating back and forth 500 times a second right now.
Sonic embraced the instinctive feeling you inferred inside to excrete on Knuckles' might back. Feces went everywhere, which tickles Knuckles' rock nip tip. He couldn't take much more. It with a loud groan came all inside Sonic's belly. He finished up extracting his specimen for Sonic's now loose, bruised, purple, and black apple, along with his love fluid leaking out. God damn. Said Sonic, rising in pleasure. You really helped me, Nux. Well, that's what I do,
Sonny babe.
Knuckles replied. After all this transpired, Tails entered the room with a get well cards and flowers, hoping to cheer Sonic up. However, what he finds are his two gay porcupine friends, the walls and floor covered in shit, and Sonic leaking the essence of life. Tails' jaw dropped, almost vomited at the sight. Me too, buddy.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Knuckles exclaimed, noticing Tails' clear disgust.
Unless you want some too. Nope, I'm fine. Thanks.
Retorted Tails, ready to leave the room. This is also Tails.
As long as Sonic is better and whatever you do behind the scenes is none of my business, I don't care.
Tails left, and though Sonic's legs were still weak from Knuckles' spear, they were soon back to saving the world from Eggman's evil plans. Except for one thing, Sonic felt more airy than he's ever had before.
Oh my god. What the fuck is this?
Matt, what did you unleash upon me?
I just saw that they used the term nipples the enchilada at one point in the middle, and I thought, oh, this'll be good. I don't want to read the rest of it right now, but I'm sure this will be just fine. And
oh, God.
Oh, my goodness.
This is worse than Edward getting groomed by, Roy. Oh, yeah, also, news update, that fanfiction was taken down. By the time of this recording, that episode has not gone up yet, so we didn't get it taken down. He wasn't like on Anchor, and he was searching podcasts. He was like, "Oh, let me listen to these." So you think you can Fanon guys? I bet they're real sexy.
Yeah, no, it just went down. Probably because it was a grooming fanfiction. But then again, I think there's a lot worse than that still left on fanfiction.
Oh, actually, Jake just suggested something in general. Jake's on his night shift, that's why he's not here. But Jake left a review on it, calling it a groomer fanfiction. What if that's what got it removed? He panicked after he saw that. That might have been it. That might have been it.
Oh, yep.
Dang. We are probably the only surviving record of it, unless, I don't know, it's saved in the Wayback Machine or something.
It probably wasn't.
Unfortunately.
Well,
I was maybe like maybe in hindsight we should have read the whole thing, but I know Michael would have had a conniption.
Yeah, and it would have been too long, because there were like 3 whole chapters.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, that was Sonic's Wild Ride.
It was definitely a wild ride.
It is everything I have come to expect from the Sonic fandom. Everything.
Next up, we have Sonicbob and Spongic's quest for the Chaos Patties by Mr. Woolly Nips.
I'll narrate this one.
Oh yeah, but wait, before we begin, I would like to. Well, first I want to read the description. The fate of the world is in their hands. The unlikely duo, Sonic and SpongeBob, must go on a quest to stop Dr. Eggman and Plankton's plot to destroy the world, and they shall learn a great lesson. Even the wackiest duos can be the best of friends. I'd also like to point out in a public forum, this is for Marvel Studios, who I know is bugging my room and stealing my ideas. I own the patents to the characters Winter Soldier and it's Winter Falcon and Captain Soldier. They're my OCs. Don't steal.
Winter Falcon and Captain Soldier are hereby declared the property of one Sergio redacted from Redacted.
Yeah, Captain Soldier is like a generic like military U.S. military dude OC, and then like the Winter Falcon is what if there was a black guy, right? And his superpowers was he had these wings, right? It's my own creation, and he had another he had a friend, his best friend, Star Spangled Lad, and they were on a mission. And Falcon got captured by the Soviet Union, and he became a sleeper spy. And then in the hit comic / film, Star Spangled Boy, the Winter Falcon, he was like, "Oh my God, Tyrone, you're back." He's like, "No, Star Spangled Lad, I am evil." He's like, "No, you'll become good in time for the big crossover."
Beautiful. Worth $100 million, I'm sure.
Yeah, and they'll steal my idea for Star Spangled Lad if I don't put a patent on that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. Are we ready for SpongeBob and Sonic's quest for the chaos, Patties?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Okay, who do you want to be?
I'll be SpongeBob since I was
right.
Sonic last time.
All right. On a different website where this was posted, I think this was originally from 4chan. So that should give you an idea of what you're in for. One day, Sonic was merrily frolicking through Hydro City Zone like a merry little frolicker when he accidentally went the wrong was like a drunk Asian female driver. Only he didn't kill anyone. Lol. He just kept running and running and running and running and running until he finally cooned to a stop. Well, gee golly whiz, this part of Hydrocity doesn't seem too familiar to my spinky blue memory, said Sonic. It would just so happen he was in Bikini Bottom. Because it's under the sea, so it's near Hydro City, okay. Suddenly, a jellyfish swam by, and following said jellyfish was the tall, dark, and handsome SpongeBob, who was following the fish of jelly with a gnat. He swung his knit with much grace, passion, and sexness. The amazing nut swinger caught Sonic's attention. Wow, now that's a guy I'd like to get to know a little better, said Sonic as he admired the awesome neck swinging jellyfish kidnapping Sponge.
Well, hi there, Mr. Blue Spiky Man with blue spikes flowing in the wind like a sea of blue spicks. Except that don't rob people like lol K. I'm knit racist.
Cheers, Spinge Boob.
You look like cheese. Oh, sorry. I don't know.
I'm glad we said that in synchronicity, said Sonic flabbergastedly. Sponge bitch then looked very, very displeased by what Sonic says. Well, get it, Sonic says. SpongeBob cried sexily like a sexy, sexy sponge guy.
My cousin Jack used to call me Cheese all the TM, and when he did, I got reaped in the shower.
Oh, cried Spinge.
Oh, how I miss our showery fun time.
Oh. Sonic's face then grew to be really fucking happy. You like shower sex, said Sonic.
Oh, most certainly, sir,
said the delighted Spongy Sponge. Well, said Sonic, I'd hate to see you remain upset for the rest of your meaningless life. To which Spogbob replied,
would you do the honor of scrubbing my poop deck?
And then Toot Toot Sonic Warrior said, Dirka dirka dirka, oh boy, how I could love so do the scrubbing of your poop deck. Then they went back to the pineapple and engaged in coitus.
Eat,
said Sponge Bimb.
GTFO, Gary.
Don't worry, babe, I got this, said Sonic. Sonic then homing stopped Gary and sent him flying out the window.
He hit him with the six knuckle shit shuffle.
Gary then hit Squidward in face balls lol. Then Sonic said, let's get down to business to make love to your buns. Did they send me
I think you were supposed to read that to the tune of
let's get down to business to make love to your buns. Did they send me Squidward when I asked for Sponge? You're the saddest cunt I've ever met. But you can bet before we're through, spinge, binge, binge, I will come all over you. Sonic's song. Sergio.
Matt.
Next one's you.
Oh, I love it when you talk Disney to me.
Said SpongeBob while lathering his nipples in lubricant. What the hell is a Disney? Said Sponic.
It doesn't matter.
Said Spitch Bitch.
I have many holes. Take your pick, you magnificent beast.
Sonic then proceeded to put his index finger and middle finger on his right hand inside the holes on Sponge's head and inserted his phallus into his bottom by twisting Sponge's lower half around.
Wow, even Patrick, if you ever thought to do that, that's what I call multitasking,
said SpongeBob. Then Sonic retracted his finger and genital from SpongeBob's variety of hole, then said, Spongy babe, I got to defecate. So then Sonic...
Oh, not again!
So then Sonic couched over SpongeBob's lubricated nips and pee-pee poo-pooed all over them. Then Sonic and SpongeBob giggled with glee. Not the TV show, that's gay. Then...
Now it's my turn to return the favor,
said Sponge Richard as he thrusted his cock-shaped smelling device all the way into Sonic's blue spiky anus. Oh, that's way past cool, Sponge Bib, said Sonic while he orgasmed all over But Gary's not there,
meow,
said Gary. God damn it, said Sonic. Take a hint and get out of our sex. Then Sonic cock-whipped Gary in the face, and Gary fell into the darkest depths of hell. Oh. Sorry for sending your pet to hell, said Sonic.
I don't care. He didn't have feelings anyway,
said SpongeBob as he took his schnozzle out of Sonic's rectum. They then engaged in many hours of vigorous sexy times, in which Sonic got the pleasure of tasting sweet sponge cum for the first time ever, and SpongeBob first experienced fisting for the first time because Patrick doesn't have fists. Then Patrick walked in. Dun dun dun!
Sponge Bimbo, how could you?
Said Patrick.
It's not what you think, Pat Dick. We were only having sex.
Plooted Sponge Bible.
Without me,
said Rick. Get it while I'm so funny with all my references.
Don't worry, Fat Rick,
said Square Dick.
We can have a threesome.
There was an orgasmic silence. That even Squidward could hear. What does that mean?
All right,
said Pat back. No more reference. Then all of a sudden, a number 5 appeared above Sonic's head.
What's that?
Said Spoon Bim. Now is not the time for questions, my love. There isn't much time for me, said Sonic as the number... Oh, he's drowning! He's drowning! He then turned to Patrick Cockfist and said, You're a lucky fellow to have such a tender anus for you to work with, said Sonic as the number changed to a 3.
Please tell me what's happening,
said Spick Bick Square Punt. I'm a hedgehog, and if you had an education, you'd know that we are fish, dumbass, Sonic says as the number changed to a 2. Goodbye, my spongy love. I shall remember this in the afterlife, unless I'm in hell, lol. His number then changed to a 1. and he had his last push of his weenus into SpongeBob's anus. Then the number changed to a 0, and Sonic spilled all his turds onto Patrick's. Oh my god. He jizzy pee-pee poo-pooed all over the room and on SpongeBob's butt, and Sonic was no more, but he died a hero's death in the pooper of a talking kitchen appliance. Then Patrick closed Sonic's eyelids so that he was at peace at last, and Sonic's body began floating to the ceiling. Many years pass after Spermburger and Paddle Dick saw the majestic blue spiky animal die, and they now have a child named Ermintrude the Sheep Junior, Senior, Junior, the thread who was made in Sonic's memory. Ermintrude broke neighbor Squidward's window.
This presents a problem,
said Fat Prick.
Well, son, you know what kind of behavior this leads to,
said Spurgberg. Yes, mother, said Ermintrude. Punkirk shot Ermintrude in the knee, and they all lived happily ever after. Finn. Get it, 'cause the fish glow.
I hate it. I hate it. I had completely forgotten how awful this is.
This was bad. Sergio, this was really bad.
Yeah, I know.
Are there any censor limitations? Can we post this as is?
No, I don't think there is. We've gotten away with much worse.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay. Alright, sure. I'm fine with it. It's just I don't think Anchor will be, but we'll see. This fanfiction.
I checked. Sexually explicit content is allowed as long as we're not violent, degrading, or humiliating to a group of individuals.
Do sponges count as a group of people?
No.
Do hedgehogs?
Sponges aren't people. But hedgehogs aren't people, they're hedgehogs.
Damn, Sergio.
You think if you had a pet hedgehog and you read this to it, it would react? Maybe.
Is there anything to discuss with this?
Well, I guess we could, what our usual, discussion of the source material, because obviously these were both horrible, funny, but absolutely horrible. Let's discuss Sonic.
Sonic,
not related to this.
Sonic is bad. Almost all of the time his games are fucking mediocre, but they have god tier OSTs.
Is that your legitimate opinion on Sonic games?
I like a lot of Sonic games, but I'd also rather play a lot of not Sonic games, if that means anything to you.
Yeah, I remember I was talking to a friend about this at work, and I said, if you grew up playing Sonic games, I can recommend you Sonic games. If you aren't a Sonic fan, I don't think I would recommend you play Sonic.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I can very much agree with that.
Because I love Sonic Generations is great. Sonic Heroes is good. I have a love-hate relationship with Shadow the Hedgehog. I enjoyed Sonic Adventure for what I played of it. It wasn't. I feel like I'd heard Sonic Adventure is so good. Oh my gosh, that's so good. And I played it and I was like, it's all right.
Yeah, it's decent. They're also glitchy. I don't know why they are always fucking broken games, but so many of them are.
I also really enjoyed Sonic Unleashed. I know that's probably not a popular opinion, but I liked the Werehog. I liked it
too. I think
I liked this. I also liked the Sonic section. I didn't beat the game because the last level was really hard, and me from 10 years ago couldn't finish I don't know what egg something or another. It was
Eggman
or whatever
festival or whatever. Yeah, I've heard that level is insanely hard.
And I do own Sonic Colors, but I've never played it.
Let me put it this way. If every single Sonic game was just... like, all the modern Sonic games were basically just the Sonic part of Sonic Unleashed, like the daytime version where it's just him running, that'd be pretty damn good. The only problem is it still suffers from a lot of bugs, and particularly the werewolf parts are unbelievably poorly optimized. I mean, they basically don't function half the time. Their FPS is really low. Yeah,
I don't remember that. Maybe it's better. Maybe it's better on emulator.
Yeah, it's a lot better on emulator. It's a lot better on emulator, as I recall. But did I play Xbox 360 or PS3? It was one of those two where the performance was particularly bad.
I played all my Sonic games on the Wii, and they ran pretty well, and probably because they degraded the graphics a little crap.
Did you play the Unleashed on the Wii?
Yeah, I did.
I heard that was actually the best version. I heard that was actually the best, because it has the best drifting, and it has the tightest level design.
Yeah, I played on the Wii. I don't know. This sounds dumb, but to me, Sonic is a Nintendo franchise, so I bought all of them on the Wii.
Fair. Honestly, you should see what it's like on PS3 and Xbox 360, because they actually had to cut out a lot of the dumb shit for the Wii version, because the Wii was so weak. Get it? But, yeah, if you don't like Sonic games, there's just not... Well, maybe Sonic Generations could convince somebody to like Sonic.
Or Sonic Mania. That reminds me, it's probably one of the funniest things I've seen is in EFAP, Mahler is trying to play Sonic Heroes, and he's not looking at it from like a 2004 perspective, and he's complaining that like this 2004 game handles so jankily, and I'm like Carlos was showing me clips, and I'm like I'm laughing at it because I understand why he isn't enjoying it, but I guess as someone who plays a lot of games from the era who played it as a kid, I just like it's like you get used to the jank.
Yeah, they just hadn't developed things very well. Now, that doesn't mean you have to enjoy them if you're not used to it, because there's a lot of jank in a lot of older Sonic games. Particularly Sonic 1. Sonic 1 probably didn't deserve a franchise.
Like
Sonic
the 2D one?
Yeah, the first 2D one. Sonic 2 deserves a franchise.
I was never good at the 2D ones. I much preferred the 3D ones, which I guess again is another take that I don't think is popular.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyhow.
I guess we can also talk about SpongeBob.
Oh yeah, SpongeBob. Is there anything we can say that, like, millions of people haven't already said?
SpongeBob is based. I believe it is the reason. I believe this is a take. This is the theory.
Mm-hmm.
Most people our age's humor is partially shaped by SpongeBob SquarePants.
Partially, I think it's very much shaped by it. I had a fucking crazy moment at my college when a bunch of kids in the engineering class I was in, they just started talking about SpongeBob jokes for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, SpongeBob is early SpongeBob is incredibly quotable. I bet if you went up to anybody like our age and just said a SpongeBob quote, like I made the joke, "Oh, I don't speak Italian" to everyone, like my coworkers, and they understood what I meant.
Mm-hmm. Well, since we're on the topic of video games, SpongeBob video games. Usually not very good.
Unless your name is Bal for Bikini Bottom and the SpongeBob movie
good.
game.
Mm-hmm.
I also enjoyed Lights, Camera, Pants. I thought the mini games were really fun. I didn't really have anybody to play them. I didn't really like the mini game. Like I didn't really have anyone to play the mini games with, so I just played them by myself. And the little movie that you make at the end is pretty good. My only problem with it, because like the whole thing is like you make it through the set of mini games, and then whoever won gets to get like the part in like the final movie. But like if you start getting like really good at the mini games and winning them because like I did really bad. So like the AIs beat me a bunch, and they won a bunch of them. You just get like a whole movie that's just like voice acted by the one character you played, which I guess is why it's supposed to be played with like people.
Yeah, it's
so that
supposed to be
doesn't
played
happen.
with friends.
But I was a little boy, and I didn't have anybody to come over and play SpongeBob games with me.
Mm-hmm.
And then Creature from the Krusty Krab. I like that one. There were a lot of interesting ideas in it, but they were very half-baked.
Yeah, it was undercooked. Interesting.
Like the different art styles and gameplay types were like really, really good.
Yeah, it wasn't quite developed though. Needed a bit more time in the oven.
Did you ever get around to playing Rehydrated?
Nah, never did.
Rehydrated was a blast, and honestly, a really nice looking game. As someone who also happened to play their Destroy All Humans remake that came around, I would say SpongeBob looks better.
Huh.
And also, I think Destroy All Humans is an alright game.
Yeah, it's really weird though. The franchise is fucking bizarre.
I don't see because I had it on my original Xbox and I didn't finish it, but I feel like if I finished on my original Xbox, I might not have been raring to play the remake. I think I might have just said, "Yeah, I'm good."
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I getcha. Are they planning on remaking the second one?
I don't think so.
I'd be really interested.
It sounded like these two were just going to be like one and done.
Probably. I'm really interested in whatever will eventually happen to the remake of the third Destroy All Humans, Path of the Furon, because that game did not work on its main hardware very well. Had frame drops constantly. Ugh. Anyhow, that's about it from me. Do we want to rate these? Is there any rating we can give the two fanfictions besides a 0?
Hold on. All right, my audio back. Okay, so before we go, I have a question to you, Matt. What is your favorite SpongeBob episode?
I think it would have to be. This is a bit of a generic answer. It's the one where Squidward and SpongeBob deliver a pizza.
Yeah, pizza delivery.
That's my favorite.
Is the pizza. Oh, I found this out recently. I didn't know this, but do you remember? I think it's the second SpongeBob episode, the leaf blower episode that has no audio in it.
Really? I've never heard of that.
Yeah. So the second episode of SpongeBob, which is called, I think it's just called Leaf Blower. It has no audio, and I was told when I was a little lad the reason why, because this sounds kind of dumb in hindsight, but they didn't have the money or the budget or the technology to put audio in it. But as it turns out, it's because they lost the audio file.
They just lost.
So they just were. Yeah, they lost it. So they just released the episode, and it has no. It has like sound effects and stuff like that, but the dialogue is missing.
Why? Why not just re-record it?
I don't know the full story on that.
That's so weird.
Yeah, the episode Reef Blower. Yeah, it's also the shortest episode. A length of 2 minutes and 50 seconds. The reason for its short length was to fill an 11-minute segment since Help Wanted it runs for 8 minutes when followed by Tea at the Tree Dome, a standard 11-minute episode. I'm trying to see where this episode does not feature any spoken dialogue. Originally, there was meant to be spoken dialogue, but because the studio's recording equipment didn't work properly, it was rewritten without any. However, SpongeBob says "you" with the subtitle appearing at the bottom of the screen, but there's still no audio.
Huh. Weird. Well,
Being that it's a very interesting episode to just not have any dialogue.
I'll have to go back and watch that then, because I can't remember that episode. Alright. Shall we say goodbye?
We may say goodbye. And we'll catch you next time on day 6 of, hold on, I just want to make sure I'm saying this right. Day 6 /fix, where we'll have yet another bottom of the barrel, grungy, yaoi fanfics that we scrape the grime off of and read to you, and you wish that you never subscribed to our podcast.
Oh, yeah. See you then. Goodbye.